What advice then would you give to anyone that wants to start on YouTube?
I actually was thinking about this recently, and I've come up with 5 steps.
5 steps, so nice.
Well, they're not really steps. They're like, if you have these 5 things, like, it'll be a success. But really, there's 3 essentials. And I knew this before I started. I knew that my channel was going to do well before I started it because of what I've observed on the internet. Step 1 is do record yourself, make a video and upload it. Most people don't do that thing. As I said, they had a bunch of reasons not to do it. Just record yourself enjoying the thing you enjoy and share that online. The second thing you have to do is keep doing that thing and don't stop doing it. Because you're going to get fluctuations in views. You might get no one watching for months, years. But if you just don't stop, like, you will eventually find more people and they will kind of grow. I've seen channels that are objectively, I don't think, very good. But if they do it long enough, they can amass an audience of people who like that vibe that they have. Actually, they kind of like the rough and whatever it is. Whatever it is you have that you want to talk about, someone's interested in it. And so if you start it, keep doing it. But the third thing is, as I mentioned here, try and get a little bit better at it each time. And that's learning about, graphic design if you want to, or like thumbnails, or, because I don't know graphic design, but I'm getting better at thumbnails a little bit, or titles and how to make them spark curiosity, or anything or just talk about how to upgrade your lighting in your room or whatever. Like, there's little things you can do. If you're interested in it, try and make it a little bit better and better over time for the viewer experience. That's more likely to translate in more people enjoying what you do. And if you keep doing it, that will compound. But the other 2 things I didn't really expect until I started the channel was the one about make sure you do the things you really love doing. As I was saying earlier, don't just chase the views. Do the thing you really love, because then you won't burn out doing it. You only burn out, I think, really, a lot of channels seem to do that when they're like, well, this is what the audience wants. I just have to do another one of these videos. And I don't want to do it, but like, that's where the money is. That's where the income is. It's like, you burn out doing that because it's getting further away from what you want to do. And that's pointless. You get one ride on planet Earth. That's it. So do the thing you want to do genuinely. Otherwise, what's the point? There's no point being the richest person in the graveyard. Like, have the best experience you have. Do the thing you love doing. So that is really important. I learned that from BTS. And then the last one is connect with other people, like real people in the real world or online that also like the thing that you're talking about, the thing you enjoy. So connecting with the likes of Metal Burb and Drew Fortune, or like yourself, or the people I'm interviewing, or people in the comments in my community, like that enriches everything to an incredibly fulfilling place that, again, makes it sustainable.
You're very eloquent and charismatic.
Oh,
is that is that natural? You like that before you started creating the content, or is that developed through practice?
I think my brother would say, yeah, that's always been there. It's been really annoying. Yeah, I've been a bit of an extrovert, and I think like the pandemic taught me I'm even more of an extrovert than I thought, because I found that really difficult. I enjoy, everything that I'm exuding is completely, like, there's no act, it's completely authentically me. I enjoy showing outwardly how I feel on the inside if I'm excited about something, which I think is why the reaction content has worked as well as it has, perhaps. I'm sure, like, there will be some aspect of it where the camera is on and I want to try and share what's going on in my head, usually verbally, like, oh, that's interesting. Whereas if I didn't have a camera on, I'd go, in my head, I'd say, oh, that's interesting. So there's some elements like that I will learn to kind of do just to translate what I'm thinking to the audience. But this is pretty much how it's always been. The only difference is I have learned not to say as much as possible. And that's a skill technique anyone can learn to do. That doesn't come naturally to anyone, really. But through my day job, I've done a lot of presenting and hosting of things, and I've sought to improve my public speaking skills. And that's where I learned about a bunch of the techniques that have made me more effective as a communicator. But I don't think it's to change anything about charisma.
Can you share some of those techniques?
Sure. Don't say But the thing is, the thing is not just as simple as, well, don't say because that, just because you know you shouldn't doesn't mean you can. The only way to not say is to be comfortable with the silence instead of the like this. We're so afraid of silence, but all it does is make every word I'm saying have more weight and value. which is an incredible thing to learn and practice. And think, okay, that's great. So if you concentrate on it's okay for there to be silence, then you won't say It's tricky, right? But it's good.
Yeah, it's and like.
Yeah,
I
and
could
filler
feel
words. Because what they do is they undermine what you're saying. So if I were to say, Spirit Box is one of the greatest metal bands on the planet. It's like, okay, you sound unsure about that. But if I say Spirit Box are one of the greatest metal bands on the planet, that has so much more weight to it. All I did was not say or like. Yeah, that's the difference. So it's conveying what you really feel. And what's interesting is people might really feel a strong statement, but their mouth says and like, and kind of like, because sort of, I guess, and it undermines how they actually feel. So if you can master that, you actually are able to have people understand how you feel much more clearly. It's pretty powerful.
And these things, if they came from like I just did it.
It's tricky. Now you cannot stop thinking about that.
From online things or from turning up to things in person?
Mostly online things. Honestly, go to YouTube and just search like presentation techniques or public speaking techniques. But the key is you can watch that and someone can demonstrate the things and you go, oh yeah, I feel that. That makes total sense. But it's different to try it out yourself. That's where you really, because you go, oh, I understand. If I allow the silence, it comes across really powerfully. And you try it yourself. And if there's silence, you're like screaming your head, like, say something, say something. So practice is definitely part of it.